He tired me out. "All right," I said. "I won't look at you," and turned towards the mirror on the wardrobe by the bed. He started off very fast. I tried to follow him by looking in the looking glass to see just what it was had hung. Round went his arms and his hands, so and so and so, and then with a rush came to the last gesture of all. You stand erect and open out your arms, and so, don't you know, he stood. And then he didn't. He wasn't. I wheeled round from the looking glass to him. There was nothing. I was alone, with the flaring candles and a staggering mind. What had happened? Had anything happened? Had I been dreaming? And then, with an absurd note of finality about it, the clock upon the landing discovered the moment was ripe for striking 1. So, ping, and I was as grave and sober as a judge, with all my champagne and whiskey gone into the vast serene. Good Lord. That's all that happened.
And then you went to bed.
What else was there to do?
He regarded his cigar ash for a moment. I looked Eleanor in the eye. We wanted to scoff, but there was something perhaps in Clayton's voice and manner, that hampered our desire.
And about these passes?
I believe I could do them now.
Oh! Why don't you do them now?
Well, that's what I'm going to do.
They don't work.
If they do.
You know, I'd rather you didn't.
But he hasn't got them right.
I'd rather he didn't.
We argued with Eleanor. She said that for Clayton to go through these gestures was like mocking a serious matter.
You don't believe?
I do. More than half, anyhow, I do.
Clayton, you're too good a liar for us. Most of it was all right, but that disappearance happened to be convincing. Tell us it's a tale of embellishment.
For a moment, he regarded his feet thoughtfully. And then for all the rest of the time, his eyes were on the opposite wall, with an intent expression. He raised his 2 hands slowly to the level of his eyes, and so began. Now, Sanderson is a Freemason, a member of the Lodge of the Four Kings, which devotes itself so ably to the study and elucidation of all the mysteries of Masonry past and present, and among the students of this lodge, Sanderson is by no means the least. He followed Clayton's motions with a singular interest in his reddish eye.
That's not bad. You really do, put things together, Clayton, in a most amazing fashion. But there's one little detail out. Most of this business, and particularly how you invented it, I don't understand it all, but just that phase, I do. These happen to be a series of gestures connected with a certain branch of esoteric masonry. Probably, Or else, how? I do not see I can do any harm in telling you just the proper twist. After all, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't.
I know nothing except what the poor devil let out last night.
Well, anyhow,
said Sanderson, and placed his churchwarden very carefully upon the shelf over the fireplace. Then very rapidly he gesticulated with his hands.
So?
Now I can do the whole thing, right? If I begin...
He stood up before the waning fire and smiled at us all, but I think there was just a little hesitation in his smile.
I wouldn't begin.
Matter is indestructible. You don't think any jiggery-pokery of this sort is going to snatch Clayton into the world of shades? Not it. You may try, Clayton, so far as I'm concerned, until your arms drop off at the wrist.
I don't believe that. You've made me half believe in that story somehow, and I don't want to see the thing done.
Goodness, here's Eleanor frightened.
I am. I believe that if he goes through these motions right, he'll go.
He'll not do anything of the sort. There's only one way out of this world for men, and Clayton is 30 years from that. Besides, and such a ghost, do you think?
Clayton, you're a fool.
Eleanor is right. All of you others are wrong. I shall go.